In this video, we'll create a payment intent on the server. The process is very simple and almost identical to the creation of a checkout session like we did in the previous section. To get started, we'll create a payments.ts file. Then we'll import the Stripe client. We'll go ahead and create a new function called createPaymentIntent and then export it from the module. We can create the payment intent object by awaiting a call to Stripe payment intents create. The only parameters that you really need to pass here to create one is an amount and a currency. In our current implementation, we don't have authenticated users or anything like that, so this is just a one-off payment, and it doesn't even require a user to be logged into our application. However, it is possible to pass in an existing customer or an existing payment source to your payment intent, and we'll look at that in more detail when we start managing customers in the next section. The actual payment intent object that's returned from Stripe contains an ID and also a status. The status of the payment intent will change over the lifecycle of the payment. Usually this will be managed by Stripe directly, but just keep that in mind as you work with payment intents. From there, let's switch over to our API file, and we'll import the createPaymentIntent function that we just defined. We'll create a post endpoint that points to the payments URL. Then from there, we send a response that simply calls the createPaymentIntent function with the amount sent in the request body. And that's all it takes to create a payment intent. In the front-end section, we'll collect the user's credit card information and then attach that payment method to this payment intent and send it up to Stripe to charge the card. But before we get to the front-end code, we're going to look at webhooks in the next video. That will give us a way to handle an event when a payment has succeeded or failed.